Hi Stampin' friends, it's Chris Slogar from BuckeyeInklings.com. And today I want to show you the two coordinating projects that we did on Facebook Live last night. I just wanted a clean copy with just the projects. Okay, so we are going to make this stand-up step card. All right, and as you can see, it's dimensional and it does stand up, so your recipient could display it. But it also folds flat, and this measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so it fits in a regular medium envelope. And then I just made a quick little tag along gift with it for a tea bag, so that'll be really quick and easy. We'll do that at the end. But let's get started with the card. There are two pieces that are basically the base, and they need to be scored. All right, so let's start with that. We have a piece of thick whisper white, and we're scoring at 5 1/2, 6 3/4, 8 3/4, and 10. And then the little piece of pretty peacock for this front panel measures 2 3/4 by 4 3/8, and we're scoring it at 2 3/4 and 4. Okay, then we have assorted pieces of designer paper. These pieces are from the Come Together DSP collection. All right, so let me pull them in. We've got the striped piece that makes up the background, and that measures 4 by 3 1/4. And then I've got two wood grain pieces that are also 4 inches wide. And one of them is 1 inch, and one of them is 1 3/4 inches in the other direction. All right, and then these pieces that cover up the pretty peacock layer, they are 2 1/2 inches squared and 2 1/2 inch by 1 inch. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I am going to score this. You'll kind of see how easy. Now, that first score at 5 1/2 is sort of like what defines the overall shape of the card. And then these other score lines, I'm burnishing them all, will make up the box front and the dimension that helps it to stand. Okay, so what I'm going to do, you can kind of see already where the designer paper needs to go, and I'm going to put that on right at the start because that helps to make it very clear how this needs to go together. So I'm putting that striped piece at the top here, and I am putting the wood grain pieces on what will be the front of the box and the top of the box. I'm calling it the box section, I guess. And then we will carefully figure out how to attach the box back. Okay, that's the tricky part. Let me put these in place though. And while I'm at it, okay, so we've got the pretty peacock piece. Let me burnish those score lines. This little tab is what's going to pick up that panel in the back. And then this will be the top of, say this looks like a shelf or something. And our little 1 inch by 2 1/2 piece will go there. And then of course the 2 1/2 inch square will go on the front. Okay, so we'll get that ready too, so we can do all our assembly at once. And these dimensions are not really set in stone. Once you have a try at this card, you could alter the height of this panel or the height of your box. You know, play with it if you have a different theme or stamps to use with it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I would like to get this box assembled, and keep in mind when you are mailing this, the card is flat like this. So the box flattens up in this direction. All right, and that's going to help us because we know in the end it needs to be very flat, and that defines where this back tab piece needs to attach to the back of the card base. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my sticky strip or tear and tape, whatever you have. You can use Tombow glue as well, whatever you have that's strong for 3D construction. In fact, I used Tombow glue on my first one, but I had to wait quite a while, you know, to make sure it was really sturdy. And I don't want to have to wait with you on the video. Okay, so we've got this 5.5-inch length folded up. This is the card base, and this is the front. Now, the rest should be folded behind that box section, and we are just going to fold that flat in there and then fold that to the base and press it down, okay? And that is going to create the box and make it nice and true and square so that it can fold flat in the end. Okay, we need to do a similar thing with this piece, keeping in mind it has to all fold flat in the end. Okay, so this kind of looks like this in the end when it's flat. So the only thing that we're sticking to the back of the card base is this little tab. So let me put some tear and tape on that tab. And then only about an inch of the front flap overlaps down here. Okay, so I'm going to put on 2 strips of sticky strip just down in this lower section of that front panel. Okay, and this is something that you need to be really careful about and thoughtful about. Now, I've been doing this, so I know I like the arrangement where the bottom of my tab lines up pretty much with the top of this fold. So I'm going to get that started that way. I'm going to center the pretty peacock panel on the card as best I can with the stripes. And then I am going to press the front panel down in place. And I'm doing this while it's all flat, because if I try to construct it in 3D, it just may not work out when I go to close it flat. Okay, but if you construct it all flat, you know it's going to lay flat when it's closed. Okay, so there we have the hard part done. All right, we're going to do a little decorating now. I love this cup of cheer set for the mugs that go in each direction. I've already got them cut in rich raspberry and white, and I've already got those little greenery pieces cut. Those dies, that die also comes with the cup of cheer. This is cup of cheer from the Candy Canes Over. You've got the mug framelit that goes in both directions. You have this cool stripey framelit that we're using for texture on our rich raspberry mug. And another thing I did there is I took my Wink of Stella, and just to give it a little more interest, I went over this stripy layer that we're going to add for texture. And you probably can't appreciate it in the pictures, but just a nice touch, as always, you know, with the Wink of Stella in real life. Okay, and what I'm going to do now, because I know I'm going to have a little overlap here with the white mug, I'm only going to worry about doing a good job on my fine tip glue at this top corner and the other top corner and this lower left corner. And then I'm going to get a little messy and really secure this stripy piece down where we're going to have an overlap anyway, okay, because that's not going to matter. So let me put that in place. And then, like I said, here, let me get this piece stamped. My white mug, I'm going to stamp with this greenery stamp. That is also part of that Cup of Christmas, I'm going to stamp 2 sections of this greenery. And then I've also got my Mango Melody marker. I'm just going to touch in those little berries. I don't want this to look like holly, so I'm just using an orange color to make it look like, I don't know, what is that, bittersweet or whatever the little fall berry is. Okay. And then, like I said, I can be kind of messy down in the glue area here where the cups are going to overlap. And then I know that's all going to be very secure. And I will do this. I'm going to even flatten this and kind of get a look at how I want to position these when the card is closed. We want it to be within the limits of the thick Whisper White background. And so that looks pretty good with the mugs. Might want to slide this one down a little bit, like in that case. I kind of like that, where they're offset a bit. And then I'm also going to add a little glue to the backs here and put that in place while this is flat, okay, because we definitely want to make sure we're staying within that Whisper White card background, okay, so that we can put this in an envelope to mail. Okay, and while I'm here, I'm going to tuck a little glue under each corner, throw in that greenery, and kind of get that all in place at once. Okay, let that dry a little. Let's see, I do have a linen thread bow ready to go and a glue dot, so I'll put that in place. And I've got the holiday rhinestones, so I'm trying to make this look fallish. I am going to use, you can see I've been using up all the pumpkin pie on my fall projects, but soon I'll move on to the red and the green. I'm just going to put a little bit of these rhinestones down here to kind of mimic that look we've got on the mug. Okay, and then we can check this. This stands up nicely. Because we've been pressing it one way so much, you might have to press it a little bit to the back and then get it to balance there. Okay, so now I just have a greeting. I took that wishing you well from the Gather Together, and I am going to stamp that in Pretty Peacock. I've got it on this 3/4 inch strip of Whisper White. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to cut that to look really nice. Wishing you well. It's a little bigger than some of the other punches I have that would, you know, cut it out exactly. But if I take my everyday label punch and put that in the center area of the everyday label punch, that 3/4 inch strip is going to look really nice finished this way. Okay, and then I'll just take a length of my dimensional edge here and put it on the back. And then mount that up here. Okay, so there we have the card. Okay, now real quick now, I've got that little tea bag thing that kind of goes with it. I love these mug and coffee and tea projects. So I just want to show you that real quick too. That little tea favor starts from a 6-inch square of designer paper, and you've probably seen this before. It's a diaper fold project where you just match the corners and and burnish the diagonal, or you could score that, and if you prefer to go that route, and then fold it easy. I am just going to, a lot of times with these diaper folds, we'll fold this tip so that it matches over to that side. Now, I found that that's not really wide enough for my tea bag, so I'm using my tea bag as a guide here, and I'm only going to fold, I want this to be a horizontal line, and it's not quite going to go all the way to that edge, and I'm going to have a wider diaper fold favor than I normally would, but it'll be perfect for this tea bag, okay? So I'm going to do that, and then the other side should be kind of symmetric. It'll go up to that same level, and you don't have to measure it as closely with the tea bag. You know this is going to, maybe you do, go a little wider. You know the tea bag's going to fit pretty well because that should match up. Okay, and then you're just going to fold this flap down. Okay, super easy. I'm going to put a little adhesive down here. And then I've just got the Starburst Punch and a piece of Pretty Peacock and dimensionals. Like I said, this is really quick. I'm sure you've seen this before, so just keep that in mind. If you're fitting something a little wider or narrower, you can adjust how far you fold those in and out. You can play with that. And then I have another white cup here, sending you a cup of cheer. I'm going to do this one in peacock so it's not so busy with a different color in that pattern. Sending you a cup of cheer. And I'm just carefully going to try to get that within the limits of the cup. You can add the mango again if you want. Oops. On the berries, or add the pumpkin pie rhinestones from the holiday rhinestones. That's fun too. But this is just a sweet little way, very easy to package. You know, it's not a big gift, so can just have a quick and easy way to present a tea bag. All right, and I've got another bow made with the linen thread, and I'm gonna bunch up a glue dot and just kind of put that up here on the handle to look cute. All right, and there we have it. So that's super easy, but it can go with this card. This is a good, like, thinking of you kind of card, or get well card, but just love that together. Okay, that's it. Thanks so much for joining me. If you need any of the products you've seen, please visit me at buckeyeinklings.com. It's still September of 2019. I'm giving away a great host set. You can find details on my website in the right-hand column, or on my September 4th post with a $75 order. So if you need any of this stuff and want to get going for Christmas, now's a great time. And I need your help. I'm still trying to earn the Hawaii trip by the end of September. So I appreciate any help there. All right. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.